Hey everybody, it's Tanya Atomic. This is day 17 of 31 Days of Horror. And we watched The Pack. We were watching The Pack and the 50 pack. And the next movie we saw was The Fatal Hour. And The Fatal Hour was starring Boris Karloff as a Chinese detective. And it was actually about another detective who, or like a police officer, and his partner, another officer, gets killed, and he's trying to solve the murder. And there's a young investigative reporter who is trying to get the scoop too, and I think trying to help the investigation. And the main investigator guy keeps yelling at her all the time because she's like getting in the way or whatever. But then he yells at other people too. He's kind of a yeller guy. But he's under a lot of duress. His friend died, but I kind of feel like he's a yeller. Like, kind of feel like they're setting that up as a backstory too. And I was worried that it would be kind of, like Asian exploitive sort of film where the Asian characters would come in and be subservient to the, white characters. But it actually wasn't like that. Like, Boris Karloff would come in. He wasn't doing a hokey accent or anything. He was Boris Karloff with a mustache, and he was like, "Hello, I'm Boris Karloff, and I'm a Chinese man," with his accent, which is really interesting that was the choice they made. But I thought it was a better option, than to have him try to have a silly accent and be dressed completely ridiculous and, be subservient to everyone, which I feel like a lot of movies of that era did. But I didn't get that at all from this movie, which it was refreshing. But he comes in and out of the film and then saves the day, solves things, and is I don't know. It was based on a book, so I'm imagining it's based on a character from a book who's a detective, and I could see that's maybe why they made those choices. But anyway, I'm glad of those choices rather than the other option, the other way they could have went with this. Anyway, it was an okay movie. It was okay, like, I would say film noir, but it was in no way a horror, except, I mean, it's horrible that people die, but it was more a crime drama or film noir. So I kind of felt disappointed that I didn't want to include it, but Hub said I had to because it was on the 50 pack. So I thought this was okay. If you love film noir or you're like a Boris Karloff completionist, then maybe check this one out. Otherwise, I mean, it's just okay, but interesting in that respect. So